Good morning, everybody. This is Momin at Momin's Art, and today we have class number 5 for the summer 2026, and the topic I choose for today is the we're gonna render some flowers, and as you can see in the background behind my logo, it's the I did just now, like in the morning, just to create a thumbnail for my video. So let me just take this off my and I will put this in the picture. So there you go. Let me zoom in also. Let's zoom in, and okay. So this is the basically this is what we're gonna discuss about today, and mostly in a class, and some few things I want to discuss before we go and start painting these flowers. Something like this, right? It's easy as long as you know. Drawing and sketching is not very important in this today's class because this is very random type of sketch, right? And let me put the picture also. Like, let's see. I took some picture last week, so I want to share with you guys also. So let's get the pictures, and let's see where the pictures are. And here, there you go. So I think I put it already. Let's put it again. hmm Okay. Basically, this is the picture I took it. Like last week, and it was nice. I was walking on the sidewalk, and I see some uh, flowers on the like just regular flowers, like on the street, and so I took some pictures, right? But I didn't just take random pictures, right? I just observed there was like a tons of flowers in one pot, so I didn't take everything, even though you see the picture in there. You don't need to draw. Let me just get smaller so you guys can see the whole thing. Actually, I want to basically I want to discuss a little bit about this because this is a part of the composition, and everybody should know before they start painting something like this. Okay, let me just go and get this a little bit smaller so you can see the whole thing, right? Let's go with the images here. Let's put it here, and sorry, just wanna prepare this image, and now we can go and start the class, right? Okay, I want to just go and transform. There you go. So this is the basically that is the picture, right? That is the picture. I took it last week, like I said, and it has uh, you can see a lot of information, right? A lot of flowers, a lot of the leaves, and different. There was a different kind of flowers in one pot, right? So I just took the picture, but I observe where the light is coming from, right? And so the light is coming from the left side. So I would just make sure let me just turn this off my phone. Okay, so you want to pick up the best part of this picture. You don't want to paint. You can't just start painting everything, right? Like you need to decide which part do you want the most, right? So I would just go. Let me just crop it a little bit, and I will show you. Let's go crop it. Let me put on the side. Let's start the class because I will discuss everything as I go further in a class, because I want to make sure that you guys understand how to use a picture in your painting, not just not just one picture and you try to draw everything out of that picture. So you can see I draw some flowers, not all of them, but I picked up a few flowers on my this painting, and I paint a little bit, or you can add some more. Let's say if you want to add another flower here on this painting, you can put another one, right? For just for the sake of the composition. If you I put like maybe 15 flowers here, 20. It take you a lot of time to render, cut it out, keep the flowers not painted by the green color. So you need to be careful. You can't just go and start painting everything, and it takes so much time. What happened at the end, you get tired, and if the painting doesn't come out good, and the color mixing too much and overwork painting, then you get disappointed. So you don't want to do that. You need to have some kind of a planning before you start the painting. You need to get some idea, like what it looks like when it's finished. So you can't just start working on it and without knowing what would be the finished product would look like. So you should, if you still, if you are confused and you don't know what are you painting and what it gonna be look like, so I would recommend get a small thumbnail, get get a small thumbnail, and then you draw a small flower like this. You don't want to work too much. Put one flower here, one here, and one here, there, maybe one here, small one, right here, like that. And then you said, okay, I let me grab my brush. And you don't need a big mob brush or something. A small brush would be fine. I have some beautiful rose madder made by Winsor Newton. So what I will do, I will just put quickly, right? Put quickly the rose madder, a little bit dark here and there, right? You don't need to do a very even wash. Okay. And then you dry this up. Let me dry this up quickly so we can go further, right? We can do the demo and painting. Actually, I'm drawing the painting, so okay, done, right? So now you go with a small brush and get some little bit dark color, right? I have a beautiful. Today I'm using little QR colors. If you, I don't know how many of you familiar about this product. This is a beautiful color. A little bit more pricey. Small tubes are, but these are the best color. These are very good color. If you get a chance, you can buy these colors if you want. I have some, not all of them, and I have some in my palette also. So I use the green color from the QOR, right? Mix it up with the little bit. Either you can use the Payne's gray or you can use the French ultramarine or ultramarine to get a little bit dark color. So if I put a little bit Payne's gray, you don't want to. What happened if you mix a Payne's gray with the green color? It become a dirty green color. So if you don't want to change the consistency of the color and you want to make it a really fresh green, you should consider either Prussian blue. I would say Prussian blue, phthalo blue if you have a phthalo blue. Those colors works really good to make the green color dark and still look brighter, like a nice contrast in the painting, I mean in the color. And so you don't want to make it look like a dirty green color, which is you can use the ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, and then you can get a nice you know toned down green color. So I will cut it out quickly and put a little bit dark value with the green color, right, and on the background. So imagine if you're working on the bigger scale painting, imagine how much time it takes to block this flowers by the green color. And so I would just go, I'm gonna put quickly because I don't wanna get too much time, and we're just gonna go render quickly this. So just to show you what you can do with the small scale painting, watch, see what happen if you cannot visualize your painting before you start painting. This is another way of getting the idea what are you planning to paint or draw or something, here. Let's get it's getting there. That's one little bit more time. And I'm gonna use some lemon yellow because it's too much green color, dark green color. So you don't want to go dark green color all the way, So I will go put some nice, beautiful lemon yellow also. And if you want, you can make these edges softer if you don't like the hard edge. I like either way. I just go soft or hard. It's up to you, whatever you like, right? See, the flowers were the green color is are just going into the flowers. So what happened because I don't want I didn't wait and to get them dry a little bit. So now what you can do, you can go grab a nice purple color. I have the rose madder which I start with. You can get a little bit Prussian blue mixed with the rose madder, or you can mix any other blue color and get a nice dark purple color. So what happened? It give you a chance to create. Now you done with this, right? And then now I'm gonna go create some light, right? You just put a dark color in the between, so you create some depth in your painting. So I will go grab some rose madder again because it's get draw a light. So I'm assuming the light is coming from here. So what happened? It will be a soft here. Here, let's a little bit veins on the pedal. Control the light. Here. Basically, this is would be the demo I'm gonna do today. So there you go. So this is what you have to do. Let me just zoom in a little bit so you know what I did actually. So this is basically that is the a final. I'm not saying that exactly final product, but this is what you should have some idea that what are you planning to do, what kind of background, what colors are you going to put on the background, how to control the light, where's the light in the photograph. If you can see, the light is coming from the left, so I kept the light in this small thumbnail from the light also on the left also. So you can do that also, or you can control the light from here, there, whatever you like, right? But like I said, you should have some kind of a planning, right? So what kind of painting are you planning? What would be it look like? Uh, I mean, like you can tell by the picture also, by the reference, but you should have some kind of idea, like what are you planning uh, uh, to paint, right? You're not gonna paint the whole reference like I put on the screen. Okay, so let's go and we're gonna grab the paper for the Fabriano 120-pound cold press rough surface. This is the paper I use all the time, and I would recommend to everybody you can use Ashes or any other paper, which is fine too. For me, you can, like I said, over and over in watercolor, you should have stick with one product and work with the one product, especially the colors and the the paper is the most important. Paper has this, every manufacturer, the paper react differently. So the drying time, the texture look like, how your painting will be look like when you finish. So you should understand, the if you working with a like a sorry, I work with the Fabriano. So excuse me, I I know the how this paper react, how much time it needs to dry, and this type of stuff. What texture it will build. Like if I put, I need these type of paper requires you to put more color because it takes all the color. But the ashes, if I want to go into too much detail, just to give you a little bit information, the ashes had, my experience is less colors you put and it give you more, like a more vibrancy and more richness in your painting. But the Fabriano, it takes a little bit more. You need to put more, or you use the QR colors. QR colors are very nice. QR color, you don't need to put a lot of layers, right? So anyway, let's start the painting. The I'm gonna draw some flowers quickly here. Okay, so I I want to discuss few more things. So if somebody is new to the class, just quickly to do the blending, and because I put in a in the description. So see the blending, and the this is the basic washes of the, I will discuss, basically I'm going to discuss in every class. So this is the graded wash. So you put a dark color, right? That pink color I have, it can be go so much dark, it won't go darker. At certain point it will stop getting dark, which is the and then you said, okay, I want to get lighter. So for the lighter, you can just add some water, and this is basically the graded wash also. So you have, there you go. So that's how you work with the different colors. You should understand this. This wash is the most important, like in the watercolor. If you don't understand the graded wash, you will have problem all the time. You challenges and hurdles. So you don't want to skip this part, right? This is the most important. And the other one is you how to blend colors. Like in acrylic, you blend colors, oil. The watercolor is a little bit different, right? Because it's a more water involved. So if I put a red, the rose madder here, and let's pick up a nice Persian blue. Let's pick up a Persian blue, and I put a Persian blue on the side of the, just I'm not touching, and it's still wet. The wash is still wet, so I'm not touching this wash yet. So unless you said, okay, I want to blend these two colors, and what happened, right? So I will go slowly and let the Prussian blue get into the, because the paper is kind of a little bit buckle up, so a lot of Prussian blue went into the rose madder. So I will just go put some more rose madder and try to keep them separate. Get nice blending. So what I did, actually, I pushed back the rose madder into the Prussian blue. So, and I get a beautiful purple color in between the rose madder and the Prussian blue. This is what the blending is. But what happened now, let me show you. If I go and grab all this the rose madder and bring it down here, and I mix it up the color, right? Like, although it is blending also, but you are mixing both colors, and that the colors are disappear. Like, if some paintings you want to keep both colors, but you need to blend two colors. Let's say if you painting in the sky, right? And I have a cadmium orange here. I put it, right. I put a cadmium. Let me do a quick like a sky example, right? Like, say there's orange, and there's a, let me use the French ultramarine, and I want to get this nice like a sky color, like some orange color. If you observe, when it's twilight or something, the beautiful, the colors build up in the sky, right? Because of the sun down and then some fog or all that reflection of this fog. So it create a nice orange color. I can put a cadmium yellow also. If you want, you can put a cadmium yellow. So these colors need to be blended properly and keep their consistency also. If I go and I said, okay, you know what, I like to get more blending here. Now you start blending colors, and what happened? You blending, you said, oh, it's still not good. You want to go blend more, more, more. Although it's a beautiful color, but you lost all this beautiful colors are gone now. So see, it's just a kind of a French ultramarine on the top, and on the bottom is kind of a little bit, uh, I would say, yellowish gray color. So this is what happened with the colors. If you blending too much here, I give you the example. So this is what happened here and here. So if you want to blend colors, right, I put rose madder here. If you want to blend colors and you don't want to mix too much, so you just go introduce the other color. Let's say, let's put an orange color here, and you don't want to mingle them too much, right? If you let them mingle too much, then it'll become a new color, and then probably you don't want that color. See, I like to have something orange here in the sky, right? I can put it again, but now the I lost the vibrancy of the color, right? Like its brightness is gone, that the sharpness, the brightness. Although I still have orange color and some color, and I can go put some French ultramarine on the top again, right? And I'll try to get some that the look of my sky back, but it it won't come back. It will come back, but it will be kind of a dirty and orange color and some dirty blue color. This is so now look at the beautiful blending happening. Although you need to allow the watercolor work by itself. You don't want to mix too much here and try to get the blending like acrylic or oil. You just want to go, let me just put it again here, rose madder, and I will bring some cadmium orange and just drop it. Just let it the washes work by itself. You don't want to push them too much. Yes, I can drag this side, but you don't want to go on the left side into the wash, because once you go into the left too much, then you lost the separation of the colors, right? Like the rose madder will be gone and it will become a different color, like a pinkish orange color. There you go. This is what happened. So like I said, graded wash is the most important wash, and you should understand the graded wash before you practice and create the graded wash. And once you're comfortable, maybe you do a painting, small painting like a sky or something. Let me do a quick demo here. Let me just go quickly before we jump. What time is it? Okay, we have a half hour. So let's create a thumbnail, and this is my sketchbook. Please pay attention. It's not the watercolor paper. It's just my sketchbook. Okay. So I will go put some. Let's put some rose madder, since we are working on the rose madder, right? So I will put some rose madder here in the sky, right? And I will grab some maybe Prussian blue. Let it see that it start mingling with the purple color. Soon as I put it, I'm not blending too much, right? I just go, I let the wash blend by itself. You don't want to do push too much, otherwise it'll be a problem. Now at the bottom, let's say I want to create something like a seascape or something, so I will grab some yellow ochre type of color, mix my cadmium yellow with the little bit purple color. I don't have the yellow ochre right now, so but you can mix a purple color and the cadmium yellow, and it give you a beautiful yellow ochre type of color. Here I can go create some like a ground or something. I'm not gonna make it too complicated, right? Just keep it simple, just to showing you what happening here. Okay, and there's a blending happening, so the kind of two colors are blocking each other. Maybe one pigment is more heavier than the other one, so so I would just go blend again, right? Like, let's put some rose madder again here, and then let's put some more Prussian blue. I don't want to do too much. See, the two manufacturer, if you using a paint from the two manufacturers, so Prussian blue, I have a Winsor Newton Prussian blue. Rose madder, I have from the Winsor Newton also, although they're two. So I can work easily on these two colors. But if you have a rose madder made by QR and the Prussian blue is made by Winsor Newton, it might be a little bit problem blending here. Okay, so I have basic washes are done. I'm going to dry this a little bit. Okay, done. It's not dry yet, but it's okay. I can work with the. So now you grab a smaller brush, zero number round brush, and you go grab some a little bit Payne's gray and like a dark color, and then you start working on the. See, this still wet. It's not dry yet. So you go create some mountains or something, right? And leave this. I left this white color purposely, so you just keep this white color open for you can use it for any other purposes, right? You can make the houses or whatever, right? I'm not gonna do a full painting here because we're gonna go into the flowers. So see that here, and I will put a small boat here, which I do all the time. I like to draw boats. So here, cadmium orange, right? Get some nice Payne's gray, and then the hull of the boat, the mass, and I will go a little bit, tip it towards me and control the light. So here, I'm assuming the light is coming from here, right? So I will go create some light. Quickly put some dark color. I have this dark color in my brush, so might as well use it instead of going in a waste, right? So here, see this white color I can use for anything. Just put a little bit dark color against this white color, and it create a beautiful depth. It shows that and the I have a beautiful Naples yellow. I'm gonna use this Naples yellow and put in the cavity of the bone, just brighten up that boat more. So just put a little bit. Naples yellow works really good. If you have that QR, let me show you. I have a beautiful color from the QR. This is a quinacridone transparent pyrrole orange. This color, it works really good. If you want to create some light in your painting, that color works beautiful, beautiful. So if I put this color see, it shows right away. So I put a little bit, and it just so bright color. Let me just put more. So here, look at this, how bright it is. I put a little bit, and it create a kind of a shocking type of wash here, so which we don't want in our painting, right? So here, done. Okay, let me close this beautiful color. I like these colors. A little expensive, but they works really good. Now let me zoom in more. So see, this is what happened. Basically, the blending, right? You create the blending. You just go put a little bit color here, and I put a little boat here. So this is how you study, right? A small thumbnail and create a small painting. Very simple, easy painting. You don't want to spend too much time, and learn how to control the light, right? The light, a little bit drawing and sketching, then you go with the blending colors, how to create a atmospheric perspective, and this that. So this is how you learn. All right, let me go back to the let's go back to the original flowers painting. And okay, so I'm gonna draw quickly. We're not gonna draw too many flowers today because since we don't have time, we only have a half hour. I will explain everything as I paint. So I am putting some flowers into the and let me open up that. I think I have the picture here. So I will put one here, one here, overlap. Some of the flowers you can overlap, and then it create a nice composition. Also, you don't want to keep them separate here there, right? And one is see that one is facing out, one is going down here, and then you can do oval, right? And then you draw the other one also. This is the easiest way to get a big shape first, and then you break it down and simplify your sketch by creating a small details in it. So you need to understand what shape are you dealing, right? Like some people they just start painting without knowing that what are the shape of the subject they're painting, and so you need to understand those things, right? Then there's the back of the flowers here, a little bit light, right? And I'm gonna put one more here just for the sake of the composition. It's facing also here. Quickly, we don't want to spend too much time here on the sketching. And then I will go create the light and where it's facing. There you go. That's it. I think I wouldn't go too much. And I will grab my beautiful squirrel brush, number 10 Rosemary, made by Rosemary and Co. And let me just minimize this. And those are beautiful brushes. If you want, you can order online. It's up to you. I'm not endorsing anybody here. So okay, right? So I will go now. There's two way of doing a painting, right? This type of painting, you can put all the color here, right? You can put all the color because the background is dark, right? So you can keep this a little bit. Put a one color, and unless you want to go this color as a purple, this pink. So what I will do, I will go paint it individually like this. I just quickly, because we don't have time. Quickly. So brush stroke washes are another important part of your painting. If you are working very closely and more focused work will little bit more challenge also. So you don't want to go too much focus, right? You just keep it simple and simple as possible, right? Just put a little bit dark value inside the flower and get, let's say if there's a wash is accumulating here on the side, and you don't want this wash to be accumulated here, you can go with the dark portion of the flower, right? Like see where the dark is in your subject, and push all that wash toward that portion. So because you at one stage of the painting you want to control the light, right? If you can just push it and just leave it. You don't want to go spend whole day just put this wash back into the dark. You see it's coming back because it's traveling because I put a little bit water along the wash and it buckle up so the paper, and then it traveling down. So here I'm using some dry brush marks, and I didn't wet the paper. I just using some bright. So see that brush stroke is the most important, right? I mean important too, because the petals are going here, so my brush is going here. The petals are going here. My brush is automatically. I see the direction of these subject the outline, so my brush automatically goes here and there. That's how it works, right? And if you want to make this flower lighter, you can grab some light and you get some more water. If you don't like the dry brush mark, you can get a smaller, like a more water in your brush and get some more uh, like a wet type of more water, so it won't create a dry brush marks, because dry brush marks can be created when the brush is kind of dry, see, like that. So if I go quickly here in this flower, and then the I can create some dry brush marks because my brush has running out of the water. So here, okay, and then done. I'm good with this, right? So you can leave this here. If you want to work more, you can put another flower here or whatever. But since we don't have time in the class, so I wouldn't be worried about that. So now, meantime, you can let me dry this painting. You can dry this painting, or you can work wet into wet. You can grab the green color. I have the green color in my palette mixed by the QR green color. Let me see what is the name of that green color I'm using. It's called green gold. So this is the color I using, green gold, made by QR, and mixing my color with the with in conjunction with the Payne's gray and other colors, so you can make them a little bit darker. Now see that wet into wet is a little bit, if you start working right away in your painting, then this color will start bleeding into the pink color, and then you're gonna lose the vibrancy of the pink color. So if you are okay and you are more comfortable to work with the cutting and everything, then it's fine. But I would recommend, let me make this wash soft, because I don't have to worry about later on. Otherwise, once it's dry, it's really hard for you to get the soft edges. So I will just go create some, put some clean water, and I will get this spreaded, so I don't have to deal with the hard edges in later time in the painting, because I wanna dry this painting to show you how you can work cutting all these edges and everything, right? Because this is a little bit challenge, because you don't want to go and create problem here. I will just wipe it off a little bit, clean my brush, make sure your brush is clean, very clean. If you want, you can just take all the water out, and then you can make this wash very light at the edges. You don't want to go too much. Now I'm going to go grab my Rosemary and Co. again. I think it's number 2 round brush. This is a sable blend color, I mean brush, sorry. Now I will go and dry this painting now, because I need this wash in the flowers to be dry. Or another thing, before you drying the painting, you can go mix your beautiful purple color by mixing this rosemary and I have this, and then you can create a beautiful pink color. And what you can do, you can put right in the middle of the flowers on the wet into wet, if you want. Like it create a beautiful. It give you a little bit, you know what? It just give you a little bit more starting, like you get a little bit more out of your painting in the very initial stages. If you want to do that, that's fine, you can do that also. It create a nice soft washes also, like that. But if you're not comfortable, then you can leave it. You can just skip and dry the painting, and then you work with the wet on dry. So here, let me just finish this a little bit, what I started here, and then we're gonna go and work on the rest of the painting. There you go. So now I'm gonna dry the painting, right? Let it make this wash a little bit more softer. Although I'm gonna put some dark color here, so I'm not worried too much. I think that's enough. We don't have time. So now I'm gonna go grab some dark color, dark green color. Not a good idea. I keep using the Payne's gray and very I kind of a little bit bad habit. I'm not gonna use some cadmium yellow to change it. You know, like get some sap green. I have some sap green, and I will mix all these colors and get a like a nice brand new green color, and I will start putting this and without touch. I mean, like try to keep these flowers and not painted over, and I will leave some mark of the previous layer also, right? That you should do that also, because otherwise you'll be painting on the layer upon layer. If you put a one color, right, already, then should keep it, right, like those white parts, and you can just create a little bit foliage underneath these flowers and get some depth into your painting. Just going a little bit, because the paper is dry, right? I can go grab some dark color. You know what? Let's put some French ultramarine I want to use, because this is Payne's gray, not a very good color to deal with here in this situation. So I would avoid the Payne's gray now, and I would just go with the sap green, and I have another, I think it's a Viridian green I have. Not too much. Viridian green, you have to be a little bit careful. You don't want to put too much, because Viridian green make the color, the green color, more like an acid color, right? So you don't want to use that to make this green color darker. Here, a little bit cut out here. Cut it, cut it, cut. So it's all cutting and getting to the flower. You can work very loose also, which not a topic of the today's class. I will do the demo next week. Kind of a little bit loose approach at how you work on the wet into wet. So today is just blending and keeping, not let the color mixing too much here, right? Now I will grab some beautiful lemon yellow I have. If you don't have the lemon yellow, you can use a cadmium yellow pale hue if you have. Otherwise, lemon yellow works really good in certain situation. Now I want to get some soft edge here. I don't want to go too much hard edge, because what happened, it hard to control, right? It's hard to control at the bigger scale. So I would just let the color bleed here at the edge, let it go, make the edge more softer. Then I will go back here. See that how is it's hard to control the hard edge, right? Like, now I'm going to grab some beautiful lemon yellow again, just straight from the tube, and put it here. So I need some fresh green also. Be careful, you don't see that you don't want to go into the flowers, although they are dry, right? They're dry, so you don't have to worry about too much. Let's go quick. How much time we have? Okay, we have 15 minutes left, so I will go do the background quickly. I'm not gonna do too much because it's just a one layer is fine, and then I'm gonna come back in the flowers and we'll control the light actually. Here, some dry brush marks, create some more artistic type of look. And what you can do, you do some spatter also if you want, you can do, but you have to be careful. See that some went into the flowers also? You can go get the brush, right? Get the brush loaded with the pigment and water. You can just drop some spatter also. It looks really good. Although it's not a wet into wet or loose, I mean, like it's between, right? You don't want to go too much detail and too tight work. You can get some, put some cadmium yellow and just drop it. Get some more beautiful type of green color here. Something left here. So I'll just go cover this up a little bit. And that's it. I don't want to go too much, all right? I will work on the flowers, and I'm going to put some dark color in the background a little bit, and then we'll move on to the actual these flowers, right? I'm going to use the radiant green, some ultramarine blue. Let's drop it a little bit, not too much, right? Just to drop it here and there, the spot. Just create more contrast if you want. It's up to you. So it's more cutting, like more cutting and keeping the flower open, and you don't want to paint on the flowers. So this is what the approach is. This is one way of doing the watercolor, and there's some other ways also, which I will show you next week, because it's not we don't have time today for. So here I will go create some soft edge, maybe put some uh, cadmium yellow, let it bleed, get some more look to it. Let's get some more variation of the color, not just a one color there. Okay, so now see the flowers are dry now, right? I'm gonna go work with the rose madder and the purple color. So what you can do, either you can go with the rose madder straight, not mixing up with any other color. So I'm assuming the light is coming from here, so I would put some little bit dark rose madder, right? Mix with the, if you want more darker, you want to control the light, so you can go put some a little bit more dark purple color in between the flowers, create some depth, right? I would, or you can go, you can mix Payne's gray with this purple color and make it a little bit more darker. You don't want to make it too dark. And then you do the same thing here. You just put a dark ring here, and then work with the rose madder. And actually the middle part, now these flowers are kind of a yellow, so I'm going to keep that in my mind, that we want to keep this also. So here rose madder again, straight from the tube, creating some light. It's like I said, this type of painting require a little bit more attention. You need to be a little bit careful, not mixing up too much colors. Not it requires understanding of the graded wash. So you need to understand all these things before you start painting like this. A lot of people, they don't realize like what is these paintings are. They think it's very simple and it can be rendered quickly, but you should have some idea how to control the light, how to, what is the graded wash, what is the very graded wash, how to blend colors into watercolor, right? So here I'm keeping the one side softer and the other side a little bit hard, because the flower has a little bit, like a crease on it, or some kind of a, the structure of the flower. So see that it's called guiding line. So if I put a one line here and I create a guiding line to show what shape of this flower is, and because of the light is coming from here, it's creating the white here on this edge, and this side is, I make it a little bit soft edge, because it die down here, right? It's not a very solid shape. It's because its flowers are soft, and they have a other side is creating a, because of the way the light is, right, and the shape of the flower, because the petals are not flat or not like a straight, it has a little bit curve in it. So you make sure that whatever you do, you create other side, this side a little bit soft edge, right? Here is a hard, and then other side where the crease is, right? Like you see, you're putting a crease here, right? And one side, as the light is coming from here, this side will cast some shadow, and make sure that this side will be a little bit soft. I mean, not a little bit, softer. So here, let's get quickly, because we don't have time. We only have 10 minutes, so that's okay. We can finish this next week. It's not a problem. So let's get this flower done, because this is more towards the other side. And now let's work on this one because this is kind of left behind. And I will just go put some another wash on this flower, so which is not a very good idea, but it's okay because you are blocking. I block the because there's some texture buildup with the I by mistake I spilled some water so into the other wash, and then it create a little bit kind of a called cauliflower, but it's not cauliflower. Trust me, it's just a beautiful texture. It's a happy accident, right? So you don't want to call it cauliflower or whatever. Not a cauliflower. It's a beautiful texture that you cannot create it normally. Yes, you can do by just putting some water into the wet wash, and then it'll create a beautiful cauliflowers. I mean, like the texture. Okay, here. Now I'm gonna mix more purple color because I need more purple color. Prussian blue and rose madder works beautiful purple color you can get. Right, let's get some more dark because the red color, remember that in the previous example, I mentioned that the red color can go so much dark, right? So you need to get some dark color by mixing the other color. Make the red color more, I mean the pink color more darker. And here, let's get control some light here. Because this flower is behind and this flower is on the top, so it's casting a shadow on this one. So you need to understand all these things, how the light works. And I will go create more depth into, just put another layer to create more texture into this flower and the one in the middle, I mean behind. Get soft edge, get some more rose madder on the edges here. Okay, and I will go work. Let it. You need to work here and there, right? Like you finish here and then you come down here because you not finish. I would say you it's still wet, right? You don't want to work on the wet into wet, so you just leave this portion and you come back here. You come back to this side and then you work on this side of the painting. So just work here and there, and create some depth with the light soft washes and that type of stuff. Yeah, and then I'll come here, get some. Don't apply too much of a dark color because it see this I put a little bit Payne's gray here in a purple mix. Try to get away with it quickly, and it'll create a little bit problem for me. Now I will go get some more veins here on these petals, like a little bit more softer look. Okay, again, same thing what I did here, right? You go create the line and the other side will be softer, and the edges of these flowers, because they're turning, right? So it create it blocking the light a little bit, so I will create a little bit dark color, and this petal is overlapping this, so it has some casting shadow on the from the other petal also. And here we go soft, a little bit dark, soft, make it softer, a little bit dark color here, dark color separation of these two petals. So, and here there's a crease of the flower, make it softer at one side, softer at one side, softer at one side. It's up to you how much work you want to do with this type of painting. So you can go over and over, you can go more detail, and I wouldn't go too much, just keep it more like a loose and a little bit realistic look to the painting here. Let's put some more, wash it here, control more light. To create a depth into your painting, you make sure you know, you should understand the light, how the light works, and how to create the depth. If you don't know how the light works, then it will be a challenge for you all the time to creating a light in your painting. I mean, the depth into your painting. Sorry about that. And yeah, so you should know how to create the depth, so you should understand how the light works. All right, so far good, and I will create some depth into this flower. Let's get some more clean up a little bit, uh, washes cleaned up here. Payne's gray, Prussian blue. This is how I mix my dark purple color, very dark. See that beautiful? I put on wet into one, and I'm gonna actually zoom in once it's dry, and you can see that it works beautifully. Actually, it's such a nice texture build up with the wet into wet I put it. Let's make these flowers a little bit separated, the separation of these petals. And now I can go, if you want, you can grab a zero number round brush if you are a person who like to work very closely with the smaller detail. And then you can go put some smaller detail in the middle, right, to bring it down a little bit more texture here, the separation of these two petals by just using the dark purple color. And yeah, see that's right here. There's a separation. There's a little bit veins. I mean, you can create more veins in this flower like that, and create some more detailed type of work if you want. It's up to you. And here, let's get some more dark value here. More dark value here. Some petals are turning here, so I would just go create the guiding lines to explain the shape of these flowers, right? Here, let's get some more dark value, create more light, more depth. If you have time, you can play with your painting. You can create some more depth. See, here is a very hard light, right? Here is a soft light. So I kept the washes as soft. Here is dark, hard light, so I would just keep it a little bit like a hexagon because there's a lot of petals going. So I would just keep this here dark, so it create a beautiful depth into your painting. So I will grab some more dark purple color, and I will make it a little bit more dark here at this side because there's some antenna, some small stuff in between the flowers casting shadow, and light is going less. So I can go and put some more dark value, which create more contrast in your painting, and it create more depth, more contrast, and everything, right? And here, let's get some rose madder straight from the tube, and I want to go and create some texture here, just putting guiding lines on this flower more, explain the shape of the flower. Now, breaking not a straight line like that. You know what? You don't want to go like that. Very solid line. You just go and it break up is good actually. If you a little bit break up and then you go down is good actually. If you keep it. Then it will look like not an organic shape. It will more look like a geometrical shape. So you don't want to make your painting look like a geometrical shape. This is more like a organic, right? So you create, say, something that it explain more that is more like an organic shape, right? So here I'm gonna put some control the light again at the edge of these petals because they're turning other way, right? So what happened when they're turning other way, and I put some water, right? I put a little bit water, so I want to control this wash. I don't want to let it go mix with my previous layer. So I will go and put some here also. The rose madder I have made by Mr. Newton. I will go put some more here, so I create some more depth into my painting, just controlling the light. So see that flower look like it's not a straight petal, right? It just has some kind of a curve in it. Like that's what you need to create, that by controlling the light. If you understand how to control the light, then it's easy for you to render that type of stuff. So if I want more depth, I can put a little bit more Payne's gray here in between the flower, and it create more sharpness, more dark, right? Or you can go grab some sepia color instead of putting a Payne's gray, and you don't want to make it look like a black color. So what you can do, you can put a little bit sepia color underneath this flower in between where the less light is going, so create a little bit more light, control more light. Mix with purple color, sepia color, and mix with the purple color. Here I will put some here where the separation is, right? A little bit hard type of light, and to keep it these flowers more, the petal more separated. Here I will go create this more going in these guiding lines, right? Keep this separate, not too much hard, too much like I did here. Let me put some rose madder here to control the light. Layer upon layer, basically a light layer. I started with the very pink light layer, then I started putting some dark pink. So again, that pink can go so much dark, right? You need to understand, and if you want to make this pink more darker, then you need to understand, you put some more color, like what other color make this pink darker. So yeah, and now I'm gonna go grab some Naples yellow. I have beautiful. What happened? Naples yellow is a little bit opaque. Like it's not very. See, if I put a Naples yellow here, it look almost like a yellow ochre, but it has such a nice, beautiful shine in it. So if you have a Naples yellow, this Naples yellow I have made by Da Vinci. So that I love this this yellow color, that Naples yellow made by Da Vinci. I don't know what they do. They make that color anymore because I bought it a long time ago, and that works beautiful, beautiful. So if you want to put some like a little bit in the middle part of the flower, you don't need to, but I'm just gonna put a little bit to create more, like interest, more. There's no depth. There's nothing else in the painting. It's just I'm creating, helping this flowers look more, just a little bit better. Like you don't need to do that. You just keep it open. Just keep it, but this will give more chance your painting to look better, right? And when you put a wet into wet, it is spread automatically, and you don't need to do a small work, like a small, it, because of the Naples yellow is, like I said, is more opaque. When you put a little bit water in the surrounding, it just go and create a beautiful texture on its own. You don't need to do anything. Now the other thing I would do, I will finish this painting here because it's already, we have, time is over. I can do more. I can go grab some, let's say I have a beautiful dark green color. You can go and create more depth, basically more contrast in your painting by putting a very dark colors, right? Like I have a purple, dark purple color, and you can cut it out, these petals. You don't want, if you don't want this white marks, the dry brush marks, you can clean it up. You can work very slowly, because the wash is already drying, right? So I will go create more more depth, more contrast in my painting, so you can go put some more dark value, keeping this the inner layer open, right? Like, don't forget that this layer is your hard work, right? You don't want to block these layers, so you just go a little bit here at the edges, and then you spread it out a little bit more, like maybe make it softer, these washes, like let it go like this, and create some more like with a smaller brush. I was using the bigger brush, mob brush, so you can do with the smaller brush and create some, like, simulate that there's some bushes or some more structure underneath these flowers, right, holding these flowers. So whatever color I left, I'm using it, right? I'm keep putting in, and you could do this here also if you need more. I wouldn't do here. I would put a little bit. What I would do, I would put a little bit nice Prussian blue here if you want. Let me do quick. So this is what I would do with this painting or any other painting. You don't want to do that, it's okay. You can just clean it up. Just give you the example. Let's go quickly, and there you go. So it gives you a little punch in your painting, like, you have a green color all over, and you want to bring some blue color, right? So you just put a little bit tint here, like a just glaze it with the blue color, and you get a beautiful blue color. Okay, so I will finish this painting here. I hope everybody gets it. The way this type of watercolor works, right? You start with the very control type of washes, like you create the flowers first layer, then you do the background, right? And then you come back and then you start working on these smaller detail, right? Like these in the middle of the flower, and control the light. Basically, the light is the most important part of this class. So if you don't understand the light, this is the class for you. Please pay attention, because this will create a beautiful painting, and it creates a beautiful depth into your painting. And again, don't mix too much color. If you mix too much color, then it will create some problem into your painting. Like I said, the blending is the most important also. Blending, keep the layers open from the previous one. You don't want to block all the layers whatever you start with, so keep those layers open. Like, see, this layer is here, some white is open, I left it white, and the layer I put a little bit more cadmium yellow here, it's open. So all these layers are peeking from the bottom. You want to keep these open and create the depth into your painting. Okay, so I will wrap up the class here, right? I hope you guys understand how to work with this type of painting, a small flowers watercolor. And next week I will show you the other way around, other way how to render. Uh, Basically, there's another way you can do same painting, same. I'm gonna change a little bit composition next week, and I will show you how to create these paintings by doing another way. Okay, so another method of doing this. Let me just take this off and zoom in the painting, so you know exactly what the painting looks like. I actually, you guys can see right here, this is the final painting right there. And frame it, put a frame on the painting and see what it looks like. Let me zoom in more. I think this is enough, I guess. There you go. So these are the small painting you can do if you understand the washes, how to blend colors, how to mix color, how to create control the light, right, and how to compose your painting. Okay, so how to create a dark background to bring more contrast in your painting. Okay, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next class with the same painting with a different way of doing this painting. All right, you take care and have a good weekend. And please subscribe the channel. It helps the channel. It helps everybody. So I want to run this class all the time on Sunday, so please help the channel so we can by doing so just share this channel to the other in your community or other people who interested in doing the watercolor, so that helps the channel and it helps everybody keep the channel going. Okay, so see you next week. Thank you so much. Take care.